welcome back to the Samantha Marie podcast, where we talk about everything mental, spiritual, and physical wellness, because I believe that is the pathway to living the life that you love. Okay, and so today we're going to talk about 3 simple habits that will literally transform your health. And I know that because they have transformed my health. But before we jump into it, I just want to remind you, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Hey, it's Samantha Marie. And just so you know, we're also on YouTube. If you didn't know that, you can watch every episode there at Hey, it's Samantha Marie as well. And if you listen to the podcast on the podcast platforms, on Apple, on Spotify, if you could rate the show, if you could write a review, that would mean so much to me. That's how we grow. That's how we reach more people. And if this show has been a blessing to you, make sure to share with a friend. So in the last episode, I kind of gave my 2 cents about New Year's resolutions. I just am not a big New Year's resolution person because I'm all about what are the little tweaks that we can make in our life? What are habits that we can add into our routine, into our life to create that balanced life that we want, to create that sustainable, healthy lifestyle that will last us for the long term. And I have just, observed other people and even things that I've done in the past. And when we are going gung-ho at a diet or at a workout plan, it's so hard to maintain that long term because a lot of these things aren't sustainable when we're running at it 100 miles an hour. So I have just found that the best way to really create that healthy lifestyle that we want, to feel our best, to look our best, to really attain the life that we want. It's really all in the little habits that we are creating daily. And I loved this quote from Mark Hyman, an MD on Instagram. I follow him. He said, "You don't have to overhaul your life overnight to transform your health." And it's so true. We don't have to make these huge changes all the time. It's really those little things that add up over time. And I have noticed, for a long time in our culture, health and the food that you're eating and the workouts that we do, especially with women, it was driven toward, I want to look my best. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think for a long time, it was driven by trying to attain an unrealistic picture of beauty, because we all are born different. We all look different. We all have different body types. And when we are trying to strive for what people look like in Hollywood or what people look like in the magazines or these Instagram models we're seeing, like, we're always going to be disappointed. And that, again, we're falling into this comparison culture. And then we're dieting and we're working out more so from a standpoint of shame and comparison. And that is not a good motivator. That doesn't work. Okay. And so I love seeing over the last few years, I think I have seen a shift in the health community where a lot of people are now being motivated to work out and to take care of their body and to eat better because they know that impacts their mental health. It impacts how they feel. It impacts the person they want to be. It impacts their relationship. So when I made this shift from, okay, taking care of my body, taking care of my health, it's not about how I look. It's about how I feel. It's about me wanting to feel my best, me wanting to feel confident, me wanting to have the best relationships I can have with myself, with others, romantically in the future, with my friends, with my family. And really taking care of our body is about becoming our best selves. It's about wanting to have peace and have joy in our life and wanting to live the life that God created us to live. And when we're stepping into that mindset, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, I have found personally that has helped me be the most consistent I've ever been in my life the past probably 3 to 4 years with my workouts and with just watching the food that I eat and being more conscious of what I'm putting in my body. And so I hope that you can also gain inspiration to have that mindset when you go into, taking care of yourself and your health. Okay. So let's jump into it. So 3 simple healthy habits that will transform your health. And the first one is become a perimeter grocery store shopper. So, what do I mean by this? Probably about 5 years ago, I was talking to my mom about the food I'm eating and what I want to buy and what I want to cook and blah, blah, blah. And she said to me, just stay on the perimeter of the grocery store. And I thought about it. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. But then it sunk in. And what she meant was when we stay on the perimeter of the grocery store, we are sticking with meats, dairy, fruits, and veggies. Okay. And this mindset, honestly, this mindset for me, the last probably 2 years, I have not entertained any diets, specific diets, okay? Because there's like the keto diet, there's all these different diets, right? And when this hit me probably a few years ago, where I said to myself, okay, my goal is going to be protein, veggies, seeds, nuts, and fruit, and dairy that is good for me, like Greek yogurt that my stomach can handle. I have stomach issues. Dairy is not my thing. But for any of us, we're all going to have the little things that we can't eat. Like I know some people can't eat red meat. It makes them sick, or they don't want to. They're vegan or vegetarian, whatever. But when we stick with foods that are from the earth or from animals, that is the best thing that we can do as far as clean eating, right? And so whether you, again, like vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan, still when we are sticking with the outside parameter of the grocery store, that is guiding us to a clean eating diet. And so that became my eating goal is I'm going to stick with these food groups that come from the earth or come from an animal. And that is going to be my goal when I go grocery shopping and when I am eating out and what I have in my house. And so this has really helped me because I'm not going on like a strict diet, or I'm not thinking about a specific diet plan. I'm literally just thinking about clean eating. And I saw this quote from Anne Wigmore, and she said, "The food that you eat can either be the safest and most powerful medicine or the slowest form of poison." So with being a perimeter grocery store shopper, you are avoiding the processed foods, okay? You're avoiding the processed foods that are loaded with sugar, that are loaded with chemicals, that are loaded with things that we don't understand is that we're being fed. And the reality is, living in America, the FDA does not monitor what's in our food. So they have been getting called out the last few years by all these doctors about how harmful our food is for everyone, how it has caused so many diseases, so many deaths, obesity rates have been skyrocket, anxiety, depression, like these processed foods are impacting us in ways that it's just really shocking. So when we're sticking with the outside perimeter of the grocery store, it just causes us to make healthier choices. And then once we get into that mindset shift, then we can start focusing on, okay, what type of meat should I buy? What type of eggs should I buy? I know I've been buying I've been trying to buy the pasture. I wrote it down. The pasture raised eggs is what I usually buy, or the cage free. And even like salmon. So the last year I've been really eating a lot of salmon, and I was buying farm raised salmon for a while, but now I'm hearing that we need to be buying the wild caught salmon. So I've been trying to get more used to that. It's kind of hard to get used to, but it's so interesting. Once you start eating cleaner and staying away from all the processed stuff, your taste buds literally start to change. So now that I'm trying to stick with, the clean eating lifestyle and the outside perimeter of the grocery store, now I just crave more of this food. And it took a while for me to get there. Again, it's kind of this like shift that happens over time. But the more I eat like this, the more food I want like this, and the more I want to get away from the unhealthy stuff that makes me feel like crap. Because it literally does make me feel like crap. And I have stomach issues, and all the fried food, the oils, the stuff, like all the chemicals, it literally makes me feel like crap. So anyway, this become a perimeter grocery store shopper, and from there, literally your health will transform. It will transform. The second simple habit that will transform your health is to start reading food labels. Dr. Mindy, who I love Dr. Mindy, she teaches women how to fast like a girl properly, because for so long women have been trying to intermittent fast like men, because men have been the ones that have been putting out, here's how to intermittent fast, and it's good information, but it's for men. And women need to be fasting differently. I'm into intermittent fasting. So this really interested me. So I read her book, Fast Like a Girl, and she teaches you how to fast according to the day of your cycle, which is you fast differently literally every day of the month, every time your body's in a different stage. And women, listen, if you're a man listening, we go through it every month. Every month there's a different personality going on whenever, depending on what time you get us, okay? Like there's a lot of hormonal shifts happening throughout the month. But so anyway, Fast Like a Girl is a good book. And then she wrote this book, Eat Like a Girl, because then in this book, she teaches us how to eat clean and what to look for, and how we should be looking at the food labels, and what foods are good for us, and really like how to eat a clean eating lifestyle. And this quote really stuck out to me. She said, if you aren't reading food labels, you're basically signing up for chronic illness. I thought that was so good, because that is the danger of not reading food labels. Literally, when you start reading food labels, it will transform your health. It has transformed my health. I just started reading food labels probably the last 6 months, really more intensely. I mean, I think we've all kind of always read them a little bit, but I've been really paying attention to specifically the sugar content in the stuff I'm buying, because things can say organic, but they can have like a ton of added sugars, or the ingredients you want to look for, because they're sneaking all these chemicals into our food. And if you have a long list of ingredients that look like a science project and you have no idea what any of them are, that is a major red flag in what you're buying, okay? The other thing I really look for is oils, inflammatory oils like canola oil, corn, cottonseed oil, vegetable oil. They are putting these oils into our food because it's cheaper, and they are really bad for you. They are inflammatory. They cause issues. They dysregulate our hormones. I mean, there is a laundry list of oils that they're putting in your food that you can Google that you should be avoiding. And so again, reading the food labels will help us be more aware of it and help us make better decisions when it comes to our health. And so, for instance, with the oils, for a long time, I was buying salad dressing, thinking it was healthy. I'd get it from the healthy aisle and blah, blah, blah. And so I started reading the label more closely, and I realized in the dressings that I was buying, there was canola oil, there was all these nasty oils in it, and I'm like, no, like this is probably why I feel like crap. This is why I have gut problems. So now I make my own salad dressing, and I use the good oils. And what I was gonna say is good oils for us that we want to have in our diet are olive oil, avocado oil, MCT oil, coconut oil. Those are just a few. Again, look up on Google the oils that you want in your diet. But now for my salad dressing, I will make my own. I'll just do olive oil or avocado oil, and I'll do a vinegar, like a red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar. And now that's literally what I eat with my salads all the time, and it's so much better. And when we start being more conscious of the food that we're putting in our body, we actually just want more of it, because our taste buds literally change. And I know that has happened with me, because now I crave cleaner food and healthier food. And of course, on occasion, I like to splurge, and I think that's good for us if we want to maintain this long term. But your taste buds will change to adapt to this healthier lifestyle, because you start eating for your hormone production, you start eating for nutrients in your body, you start eating to hydrate your body and to heal your body and to heal your gut, and your body like knows that, and your body starts craving that food. Just another example of, since I've started reading food labels, I have been doing organic pea protein for so long. I've been making smoothies. I don't even know how many years I've been doing that, but I love this organic pea protein. It was vanilla, it was good. And I started reading the food label, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like there's this long paragraph of all these chemicals. I have no idea what they are. There are added sugars in it that I don't like how much sugar's in there." And so I stopped buying that protein, and I haven't been drinking smoothies lately for the past few months because I haven't found a protein yet I feel comfortable with. But even just in these foods that are labeled healthy, especially, we really need to look at these organic, and I'm doing air quotes if you're watching me on YouTube. We really need to pay attention to those foods because they are still sneaking in a lot of added sugars, a lot of chemicals, a lot of dyes, oils, again, that we need to be aware of. So, this easy mindset shift to literally just start reading the food label, even if you don't start eating healthier right away, I swear and I promise you, over time, you will start making healthier decisions because you will just be awareness. And just like anything, awareness is the first step in whatever goal we're trying to achieve. So if we're just aware of the food that we're eating, over time, again, you'll start making those healthier decisions. The third simple habit that will literally transform your life is to make a habit of breaking a sweat daily. Okay? Breaking a sweat daily. So one, breaking a sweat daily will help you get into the habit of moving your body daily. Now more than ever, people are sitting behind screens, sitting on the couch. In the winter, I live in Michigan. It is so easy to just sit your butt on the couch all the time, cuddle up, watch a movie. I totally get it because it's cold outside. It's been below 30 lately, and when it gets below 30, it is cold and it is challenging to go for a walk, okay? But having this goal of breaking a sweat daily, it keeps us moving, it keeps us going. And it also helps us set an achievable goal. Sometimes it can be intimidating to just go out there and say, I'm going to hit the gym every day, or I'm going to start this intense workout plan, or I'm going to join this fitness class. And maybe it's a little, it causes little anxiety doing that. I think breaking a sweat daily, it helps us get into that habit of, okay, daily, I want this to be a lifestyle. This isn't just a sprint and then I'm going to stop. No, I want this to be a sustainable lifestyle. So every day I'm just going to try to break a sweat, whether it's cleaning my house, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's walking on the treadmill, whether it is jumping. I have this little trampoline that sometimes I'll literally just jump on the trampoline just because I need to get some movement in. Or maybe it is taking a class, a kickboxing class, or whatever it is, having that goal of I want to break a sweat every day. It helps us to not, it's an attainable goal. And at work, we've switched our mindset at work to, we used to put out these unattainable goals, and it was on purpose. We would put out these crazy goals because we said, if we put out this big goal, like, it'll stretch us more and then we'll end up producing more. But we actually found that because we knew the goal was unrealistic, people weren't really striving for it because we're like, well, that's not going to happen. And when we started to create attainable goals, we actually started moving the needle more because we said, oh, I can do that. I can do that. And then you keep building off of that. And over time, you end up achieving more of what you want and moving in that direction that you want to go. So it's just like health and fitness. If we're saying, okay, I'm going to break a sweat daily, it's a great foundation to have at the start of your workout journey. And even if you get into a really good workout routine, when you are outside of workout hours or on your off day, it's still a good goal to say, okay, I'm going to get a walk in, or I'm going to do something. I'm going to deep clean my house. Cause listen, that's a workout. Okay. That gets you moving your body, and that it's good for us. And so I found some other things of the benefits of breaking a sweat that I just wanted to hit on. And one, breaking a sweat, it releases endorphins and it boosts mood throughout the day. And so in addition, there's a release of feel good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine. It's a natural stress reliever. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling anxious, the best thing you can do is do something active, and to get that natural release of dopamine and serotonin and endorphins flowing, and you'll find yourself more clear-headed. And I do that a lot, where if I'm feeling down, I put some music on and I'll just dance around my house. Like, honestly, I'll put on like a really pump up song, and sometimes I just get into it, or a really exciting worship song or something, and I just dance and I move my body, and I feel more connected with my body, and after, I just feel so good. It's that release of those feel good happy hormones that we need, that we're missing sometimes, and it really helps. Another thing that breaking a sweat every day helps with, of course, weight management. It helps improves cardiovascular health to and minimize future disease, chronic illness. Um, I thought this was really interesting from the HuffPost. I found this article, and this quote. It says, doctors, health experts, and fitness gurus tell us that we should break a sweat every day for a good reason. While sweating has a host of benefits simply because it's a result of health boosting exercise, the act of sweating itself heals the body as well. Whether you're sitting in a sauna, walking on a warm day, or working out, sweating is a necessary bodily function with powerful healing effects. Specifically, more studies are emerging lauding the detoxifying abilities of sweat. By clearing out a range of toxins, from persistent organic pollutants to heavy metals, sweat plays an essential role in your body's natural detox function. That I just thought that was so interesting, because literally sitting in a sauna, getting a sweat, walking on a warm day, working out, all of these things, moving your body, all of these things, it detoxifies your body. It has healing properties, healing effects, and it says it detoxifies pollutants that are in our body, and heavy metals, and so interesting. So yeah, so let's incorporate that into our health goals this year, to break a sweat daily. And again, I think it's just something that it's not too much pressure. We're not putting a timetable on it. We're not saying, oh, I need 30 minutes of high intensity workout every day. No, I'm just going to break a sweat daily. Okay. I'm just going to make this, it doesn't matter how much time, it doesn't matter when, but I'm just going to bring awareness to this and add it into my healthy lifestyle. And this will set the foundation for your health, and it will over time help you transform your health and your well-being. So I want to end with this quote by Thich Han. And they said, keeping your body healthy is an expression of gratitude to the whole cosmos, the trees, the clouds, everything. And I just thought this quote was so cool and so interesting, because one, I don't really understand all of what they mean by this quote, but how I am interpreting it is, our body is so important. When we take care of our body, we are taking care of our mind, our body, our spirit, because they're all one, they're all connected. And again, when we're taking care of our body, we feel more connected with ourselves. We feel more connected with our friends. We feel more connected with our families. We feel more connected with God. We feel more connected in our romantic relationships. We feel more connected to the earth. We feel more connected to the trees and the birds and everything that's around us. We feel more connected to life. And that is what is on the line here, guys, with our health. And so I really just pray that these 3 simple habits really help you and you start becoming more aware of these things. And I'm just going to summarize them for you. So the 3 healthy habits that will transform your life if you implement them are to become a perimeter grocery store shopper, to start reading food labels, and to break a sweat daily. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I pray that this year will be a year of great health for you, will be a year of consistency, and will be a year that your health will transform for the best. And before we go, if you're new here, I believe in the power of our words. And so we do affirmations at the end of every episode. So if you want to place your hand over your heart and repeat after me, and you can close your eyes if you'd like, just repeat after me. I am not alone. I am loved and cherished by the Father, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. All right, guys, I had so much fun with you today. And before we go, just make sure to follow me if you don't already on Instagram and TikTok at Hey, it's Samantha Marie. And just a reminder, we are on YouTube, so you can subscribe to the channel there and you can watch all the episodes on YouTube. And if you're on Apple or Spotify, if you could rate the show, if you could write a review, that would mean so much to me. And make sure to share with a friend, share with someone that you know this show would encourage. All my links are below. All right, thank you guys, and I will see you next time.